I noticed it the moment she flinched. A subtle, almost imperceptible flicker in her eyes when I asked, "So, what's this withdrawal for?" The sound of rain hammered against our living room window, a low rhythm that seemed to echo the pounding in my chest. On the table lay our joint bank statement, half folded, with one glaring number that didn't make sense. $42,000 gone. From our savings. Money we'd built together over 6 long years of marriage. Through long shifts, sleepless nights, and dreams of a first home. "Just a personal thing," Emily said too quickly. Her fingers tightened around her coffee mug. "Personal," I repeated, trying to keep my voice calm, but my throat felt raw. "From our joint account." She didn't meet my eyes. The silence between us stretched, thick and poisonous. I'd known Emily to be many things. Cautious, meticulous, and honest to a fault. So whatever she wasn't saying now scared me. When she finally spoke, it was in a whisper. It was for Ben. The name alone made my stomach twist. Ben, her ex. The man she dated for 3 years before me. The same guy who'd cheated on her, left her broken, and somehow still texted her every few months with, "Hey, how've you been?" Like nothing ever happened. "For Ben?" I asked, the disbelief scraping my throat raw. "You took $42,000 of our money to help your ex?" She looked up then, eyes wet, desperate. "He was in trouble, Noah. He got arrested, something about a loan scam or... I don't know the details. But he called me, he was crying, saying no one else would help him." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "So you bailed him out?" I said, the words trembling with contained rage. "He said he'd pay me back," she said, reaching across the table. "I just couldn't let him rot in jail, Noah. I felt sorry for him." I snapped, pulling my hand away. "You felt sorry for the guy who destroyed your life once, and now you're using our savings to save his?" Tears spilled down her cheeks. "It was a mistake, I know. I thought I was helping." "No," I cut her off, standing up, heart hammering. "You weren't helping him. You were betraying me." That night I didn't sleep. I just sat in the dark, replaying every moment of our life together. The way she'd promised no more secrets. The way she'd laughed when we signed the papers for our savings account, saying, "This is our future." And now, half of that future was gone. To a man who once made her cry herself to sleep. By morning, the hurt had hardened into something colder. Clarity. I checked our account again. She hadn't reversed the transfer. No call to the bank, no attempt to fix anything. Just quiet guilt. I called in sick from work and sat at my desk. My mind kept circling back to one question. Why him? Why now? Out of habit, I opened her email. We'd always shared passwords, though now that felt naive. What I found turned my stomach. Dozens of messages from Ben. "You're the only one who ever understood me. I promise I'll pay you back soon, Em. I still think about us. I never stopped." The last one was only 2 days old. "Thank you for believing in me. You don't know how much this means. I'll make it up to you, I swear." Believing in him. My wife, believing in her ex, with our money. I laughed. It wasn't a sane sound. Then I opened the bank app again. I stared at the remaining balance, my half untouched. And I did something I never thought I'd do. I transferred every cent, $43,000, into my personal account. Then I closed the joint one. No explanation. No warning. Just silence. The same silence she'd given me. She found out that evening. I was at my brother's place when the first call came in. Then another. Then 5 more. When I finally picked up, her voice was wild, trembling. "Noah, what the hell did you do?" "Balanced the scales," I said simply. "You took everything," she screamed. "That was our money." Cut her off. Was it? Because last I checked, you already spent our money saving your ex-boyfriend. I just took my half before you decided to help him again. She was sobbing now. "I made a mistake. I wasn't thinking straight. Ben manipulated me. He said he'd die if I didn't." "Stop." My voice broke. "Stop defending him. You didn't just hand him money, Emily. You handed him us. Everything we built. There was a long pause. I could hear her breathing, ragged, shallow. Noah, she whispered. I didn't mean to hurt you. I know, I said quietly. That's what makes it worse. Then I hung up. Days passed. She sent messages, long apologies, desperate explanations. She said she went to the police, that Ben vanished after the bail. She said she realized too late he used her. But the truth was, I didn't care about Ben anymore. He was just a parasite. The real wound was knowing Emily let him in again. One evening she came to my brother's door. Her eyes were swollen, makeup streaked, clutching a folder of bank papers. I'm selling my car, she said softly. It won't cover everything, but it's a start. Please, Noah, just talk to me. I looked at her, really looked. She wasn't the same woman I married. Or maybe I wasn't the same man who loved her. You still don't get it, I said. It's not about the money. She blinked. Then what is it about? It's about trust, I said. And once you give it away, you don't get to buy it back. Her lips trembled. So that's it. I wanted to say no. I wanted to tell her that maybe, with time, I could forgive her. But every time I thought of Ben's emails, of the empty space in our savings account, something inside me froze. That's it, I said. She nodded, tears spilling silently. I'll always love you, Noah. Then you should have protected what we had, I whispered. Instead of saving what you'd already lost. Months passed. Divorce papers came and went. Quiet, procedural. We didn't fight over money. I'd already taken my share, and she seemed too broken to argue. Sometimes I'd see her name pop up on social media. A tagged photo at a cafe. A smiling face that didn't quite reach her eyes. And sometimes late at night I'd open our old photos. The vacations, the laughter, the plans we'd scribbled in notebooks. Hurt. But it also reminded me, love isn't just about giving. It's about guarding. And the moment she guarded someone else over us, our marriage was already gone. Then one morning I got an email. It was from an unknown address. You don't know me, but I worked with Ben. He's in custody again, fraud, money laundering. He used your wife's bail money to fund another scam. I thought you should know. I stared at the screen for a long time. Ben had finally paid for what he did. But there was no satisfaction in it. Just emptiness. That night I received one last message from Emily. I heard about Ben. I guess this is closure. I hope you're doing okay, Noah. I really am sorry. For everything. I didn't reply. Instead I closed my laptop and went to the balcony. The city lights stretched endlessly. Quiet, alive, indifferent. For the first time in months I let myself breathe. I'd lost love, trust, and years of shared dreams. But I'd also reclaimed something I hadn't realized I'd lost, myself. And as the wind carried away the last trace of her perfume from my memory, I finally whispered the words I'd been holding back. Goodbye, Emily.